Namaste. मेरा नाम पॉपी हो. मेरा देश UK हो. मैं कैम्ब्रिज में पढ़ा. मेरी political science bachelor Gallico ho. Okay. I'm now going to talk in English, and I hope my message comes across to you. I'm standing here to talk a little bit about the 5 weeks that I got to volunteer with HELP in July and August. I volunteered at a primary school in a place called Yanchok in Tanahun near Abu Kareni. So, while I was there, I got to experience the amazing work that HELP is doing on the ground in so many primary schools across Nepal. I got to see how brilliant it is that they bring the Sati teachers into these schools, the outside experiences they bring in, the enthusiasm and creativity that Sati teachers bring to primary schools. And I was just so honoured to be a small part of trying to keep that enthusiasm, creativity, and outside perspectives going in just one primary school in Nepal. In doing so, I got to see what this is all for. I got to see the kids that helps. I got to see how cheerful they are, how kind they are, how much they care about each other. I got to see how much they cared about me, and they were curious about my life, and they were curious about the world and how much they wanted to learn. And I'm so happy to be here with you guys today and to see how much you guys want to learn as well. I suppose over those 5 weeks, I also came face to face with the difficulties of education and why people and why kids can find it so hard. And why that means that there's such a need for people like Sati teachers and engagement and enthusiasm for learning. To give an example, so I taught classes 1 through 5, and in class 1, so that was 6 and 7-year-olds, so cute. I had one student, one girl, and she was great. She was lovely, and outside the classroom, she'd be running around, yelling, hiding behind my legs, running around giving people hugs. But inside the classroom, she was shy. She didn't like making eye contact with me, and she didn't like me asking her questions. Sometimes I'd hand her a pen to go write an answer on the board, and she'd try and hide in her textbook or in her desk or in whatever drawing she was doing. And sometimes I would look around the class and she wasn't there. And I was like looking around. So what she would often do is she'd hide under her desk when she really didn't want to do the work. And this happened all the time, and I had to crouch down, coax her out of the desk. 5 minutes later, she might be under the desk again. And eventually I got a little bit frustrated. But I started to think, okay, why is she hiding under the desk? And it's because sometimes when things get hard, it's easier to hide under the desk than face your problems head on and face trying to learn. Sometimes it's safer that way, I think. But eventually I would coax her out from under the desk. And I remember one class, I think we were doing the difference between a and an and when to use that. And she did really well. She did the task perfectly. And I looked at her and I went, "You've done really well today. I'm really proud of you." And she looked at me and she just looked so proud and so joyful and so happy in the education and the work that she'd done that I was so happy that, she got out from under the desk. I think it's easy in life for us to try and hide under our metaphorical desks, away from what's hard. But I really encourage you guys to try and face things head on and find that pride and that joy that you can take in education when you really, really face it. Education will really help you. It will make you critical thinkers. It will give you a perspective on life. It will make you, more critical human beings. But it's tough. Some of you might have to move away from home for education. All of you will have to work when you don't want to. Some of you might have to put in late nights or even move cities. But you can't hide away from that, and you can't hide under a desk. Education will help you, and you are the future of Nepal. You are the future doctors, you are the future teachers, the future leaders, the future entrepreneurs, the future politicians of this country. And you can only do that for yourself and for your country if you face that education head on and you don't hide under your desk. And we need engaging teachers for that, and we need students to take pride and take joy in their learning. And I really hope, and I really think that you guys are going to do that, and I can't wait to see what you all do over the next few years. So well done for getting this far and in your futures. Well done.